Okay, now they can hear you. Sorry.
Now they can hear me? Okay, alright. So, yeah. Where was I? Okay, this is the first stage of Kaizo Mario. We're already in the second half, 0 deaths so far. That's quite a good pace. Activating that Kaizo block to make it over. And we're done. 0 deaths in the first stage. Yeah, the first stage is already quite demanding for the runners. Second up will now be the first Switch Palace of overall 2 in this hack. This is the any percent route, so we're not seeing all levels, but the most. We definitely need both Switch Palaces. Well, you will see later why. The first Switch Palace is just going to the left through a couple of obstacles, and then running it completely back to the beginning where you saw the pipe, just to go through there. Which he does perfectly, no deaths so far. That's a little tricky. In the end of the second round, second level, there is also a little obstacle, that huge bullet bill, and here we go. Second stage done. Now upcoming, at the beginning you will see a row of yellow blocks that needed to be activated. Only a task can skip that. Humanly it's not possible. And this is a rather long stage with 2 halves again. First time we see dolphins. Dodging those dolphins, just a matter of correct timing. And we did the skip. Okay, that long jump, it's a long jump, it's when you double tap A mid-air really quick, you lose a little height, but you get the same distance. Okay, second half. You can, to reset the pattern of the dolphins in the end, die in the second half, which is recommended for beginner runners. Twitchmasta does not do it, goes for it. There are a couple of patterns, all doable if you know what you're doing, so you can learn those patterns. And he does it. Gets through perfectly, one little hop in the end, and we're through this third stage already without a single death. This is incredible pace so far. Upcoming is, yeah, pretty much the only autoscroller really. The Cerulean Cave. Where we have to pick up Yoshi from the lava. He does not die, because he's Red Yoshi. Carrying him through, we will need to feed him 5 things, so he can grow up. Dodging a couple of obstacles again. And yeah, there are quite some unusual things to eat. For example, the first thing right there, the fireball. Then he does a little slide. While sliding, you can kill enemies you usually can't. And he uses that to kill the saw and the spike. Picking up the green Koopa right there, and a really tight jump off that platform. Very nicely done. Yeah, here just a little waiting, and yeah, those are also quite tight. So those jumps are also quite tight. And we're close to the 5th thing he needs to eat off screen. It's actually a really huge fireball that looks like a sun. Now he has to pick up the blue shell, so Yoshi gets his wings, and he flies through a little parkour. Right there. You have a little more leeway than you may think. As you can see, if you hug the ceiling, you won't demount. Now, the last jump of the first half of the Autoscroller, perfect, still no death. Now upcoming is the first intentional death. because going through the second half of this autoscroller is way harder if you do it as Big Mario. It's quite more likely that you die than just losing the power-up and continuing. So activating the Kaizo block at the beginning, jumping through here. Upcoming are a few really tight jumps. It's a 2-frame jump followed by another 2-frame jump that you have 2 chances of getting, and in the end it's a 2-frame jump followed by a 1-frame jump that you have 2 chances of getting, ended by a 2-frame jump. Super Mario World as Kaizo Mario are running on 60 FPS, so it's really tight. That jump on a fireball, he's also trying to dodge a Kaizo block in the beginning when he jumps off. So if he jumps too early, he will hit the ceiling. If he jumps too late, he will hit the Kaizo block and end up in the lava also. Yeah. As you can see, the autoscroller gets quite fast and gets faster over time till in the end you are really fast. Okay, off that platform you can do a normal jump or a spin jump. This jump is a 1-frame jump off the gray platform that drops down with rolling over your thumb over both jump buttons. You can get a second chance. In the end, off the water, you have to jump exactly into the pipe. You have a 2-frame window to get that, and you can only do it with a normal jump, which makes the last jump way harder than the first jump. In the end, that is the Japanese kanji for death, to make fun of the runner who dies, who gets there and dies at the last pipe. Yeah, so it's just a matter of tries to get through here. And yeah, we can talk about the hitboxes of those fireballs already. So the hitbox is slightly behind the actual fireball, which means in the next stage we will see why that is important. But he's getting through the stage quite nicely. He told me he did a practice run earlier that went quite good. 7 deaths is nothing, and the number of deaths in Kaizo isn't as important for the time as you may think. And yeah, it's more important where you die. And in this autoscroller, you die mostly real quick, so you don't lose a lot of time. Most of the times, which is, yeah, quite neat. Okay, we got through the second half of the stage. Running under those swamps is not really hard. You just press run and right. And we're coming to the ghost house. So, the ghost house has a lot of ghosts. In the beginning we have 2 boo rings that you can jump through. It's really precise though. I'm not sure if he is going for it and he gets it. So yeah, that's the first room. Now bouncing on that fireballs is what I mentioned earlier. The hitbox is slightly behind the fireballs. Oh, and that's quite unfortunate interaction between 2 sprites. If you hit 2 sprites at the same time, you die. So he hit the swamp and the fireball at the same time, so he died, sadly. Since the pattern differs every time now, You'll have to wait sometimes, sometimes not, at the first blue ring. Back at bouncing on fireballs. This time not dying on the swamp. Okay. Now upcoming is a spring clip. So you run into the wall and jump off the spring from that. First try, very good. This room is just jumping through, running to the right. We will see that room again with a little difference. There is a hidden Kaizo block the next time we will see it, so he has to jump earlier the first time. That's pretty much all. And, oh, I forgot that. There are ghosts from the left and right side, but there was only one this time. Not too much trouble getting through here. Another time, through that blue rings, taking the 2 P-switches that activate the door to the midway. Nice, only 8 deaths so far. We're getting to the boo fight. Now the boo fight, probably everybody knows that one. You have to hit the boo 3 times with such blocks. The only difference is you only have 4 blocks. So you have to take 3 of the 4 and then hit him and stand on the last one. Jumping off those blocks and grabbing them, you have to press jump and grab on the same frame, on the exact same frame. That can be quite difficult, especially with old controllers. Now that he died, he has a certain pattern that always comes back, like the dolphin pattern. And he gets it. Second try, 9 deaths. So far, really good pace. Now we get on the second and last part of the overworld map. Going through that pipe. We will see now the only underwater level of the any percent route. And you don't wanna play it as intended in a speedrun, so you just swim underneath the stage. There is a 1-tile gap between what you see and the bottom of the stage where you die. And in Super Mario World you can make it so you swim in a straight line by just pressing down pretty much and then pressing the swim button in a certain rhythm so you can just swim underneath the stage. This is exactly what he does. You don't lose too much time going through here normally, but it's a couple of... it's half a minute probably, and it's not that much safer, it's actually worse. Okay, second half, there is another physic coming up that we will abuse. So if you're underwater in Super Mario World and you hold something like a shell or a block, or a small Yoshi, you will swim faster horizontally. And this is exactly what he does here. Dodging a couple of hammers, swimming underneath the stage again. Swimming to the right. Now, swimming in that 1-tile gap is a little harder. As we can see here, he dies trying to get through here. Since you're more floaty, so you can't swim in that straight line. But shouldn't be too big of a difficulty. So yeah, he goes again for the same strat. Swimming underneath the level, entering the solid blocks, doing a little weight there to not get hit by the hammer. You can save a couple of frames by swimming under the stage where the ninja fish are. The ninja fish are those who wake up and they make it quite laggy. If you swim all the way to the right in this second half of the stage, you get to the entrance of the Star World, which is not run in the any percent. Now we have the second switch palace, the red switch palace, where you have to maneuver through a labyrinth of, or a maze of munchers which kill you first hit. The cloud movement is kind of floaty, so if you're doing this the first time, you will bonk all over the place. But for experienced runners like Twitchmaster, why it's not that big of a deal. Another trap with a bullet bill and a jump of the red switch. Let's go. Okay. Now in the upcoming level, Ultra Star, second last level, we will see why we needed the red switch. Because you can skip it on the overworld, which would do nothing for you. Because you can't stand there. Even the task can't, as far as I know, dodge or skip the red switch pillars. Now it's a lot of tight platforming that has to be done on time. Dodging a Kaizo block there. All the way through this level are a couple of Kaizo blocks that you have to avoid. For example, under that on-off switch, the last one in this first half, very nicely done, is a Kaizo block, so you have to hit the on-off switch from underneath, but not hit the Kaizo block, which makes the jump quite a bit more difficult. Maneuvering perfect through the timed platforms, very nice. Now you have to get the mushroom platform up high enough so you can jump underneath it, back on the timed platform, which he managed to not get. But we're only 12 deaths in so far. There wasn't that much left in this level, so we're losing a little of time, which does not matter, because we're on an amazing pace for a marathon. Those deaths are pretty annoying though in actual speedruns. If you go for PBs. Okay. So there are 2 Kaiser blocks he's actually dodging right there. And this time he gets on the platform perfectly. Now he has to jump in the right time to make the chuck jump. The football players are called chucks, which is not that easy, because sometimes they just don't jump. Usually you want to jump when they raise their arms so they jump with you, but sometimes they just don't, which can be quite a bit of frustration. And Bowser's Castle, it's a gauntlet of 5 rooms that leads to the final boss fight. All of them quite difficult, and you don't have the chance to save in between. Okay, here you have to jump on a falling swamp. Can be quite difficult at times. Then we see the popular lava dolphins that survive in the lava. So for the last one, we have a 4-frame window to actually get it. The first 2 are, yeah, you have a lot of leeway to go through, but the third one can be quite difficult. There are some setups which make it kind of consistent, but still, it's not an easy jump. When you go through the third dolphin, you also have to, after you're through the munchers, you have to jump up, otherwise you die. Okay, going through the first couple of rooms. Oh, that was close. So even if you jump off the swamp, if you jump too low, you sometimes don't manage to go up. You can save it with a wall jump, so you can actually in Super Mario World clip into the wall and jump off that clip. But that jump would be so precise and is so inconsistent that nobody usually goes for it. Back to the lava dolphins. Getting through the first 2 easily. Setting up the third lava dolphin. And We're through. Okay, second last room with the chucks. That one is easier as it may seem. If you do it in one go and don't hesitate, you usually get it. The last room though, where bouncing on the sauce can be difficult due to their hitbox, but he gets through perfectly. And now the boss fight. Not much to say about the boss fight. It's pretty much the same as in the vanilla game. The only difference is you don't see Bowser. He's invisible. His whole clown car is invisible, and so that makes it a little difficult if you don't know what you're doing. Since the 3 phases are the same as in the vanilla game, you can practice there. If you can do that blind, it's not free, but not as hard. The difference is if you first enter the Bowser fight, he will only need 1 hit to go through phase 1. So that's why there is the second Mecha Koopa Twitchmaster takes to try out for ball skip. Ball skip means he doesn't. You hit him on the frame, he would throw the second ball, you hit him and he doesn't throw it, so he immediately throws Mecha Koopas again, which saves a little time, is not necessary though. He gets through the second phase perfectly. Now some fireballs coming from the ceiling again, and then the third phase where he stomps on the ground. If you lose track of Bowser here, it can be very hard to come back. But he bounces on the same pattern always. Now that he hit him, before he started bouncing, he only bounces 5 times, usually he bounces 8 times. Then throws his Mecha Koopas to hit him once again, and that is Kaizo Mario World 1. Any percent in 23 minutes. That's an amazing run. GG Twitchmaster. What a run. Really, really amazing. Well played. So yeah, that was Kaizo Mario World. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was a really good run.
Yeah, man, that was awesome. My mind was blown pretty much the entire time that run was going. I couldn't even believe the things that were happening before my very eyes. It's pretty damn great, dude. Well, thanks again for joining us, and guys, feel free to check out Twitchmasta123. Malkuckn, do you happen to know, does he typically streams Kaizo Mario World, or?
Yeah, he's not only streaming Kaizo Mario World, but other popular ROM hacks too. So yeah, he does a lot of Super Mario World stuff.
Okay, cool. So if you guys want more of this, feel free to check the man out. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate it. After this, we got coming up Mario Adventure Aglab. So we'll go ahead and get things ready for that. Thank you again for joining us, guys. We greatly appreciate it, and it was a great run. Okay. You're off stream now, so that was great, dude. That was sick time. My time is a little off because I was listening to the stream while you guys were going. So what was the actual time?
If I watched it correctly, it was a 23:02.
23:02.
Something like that.
Wow. So is that like world record or close to it?
No, well, world record is deathless actually, and is 14 minutes and 12 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
So it's 10 minutes fast. No, 9 minutes faster.
Damn.
But still, this was an amazing run for a marathon. Really, really good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, I'll go ahead and get the next stuff set up. I guess thanks again, guys, for coming. We'll see you the next time.
Yeah, thanks for having us, I guess.
Oh, wait, you guys can still hear me. Oh, poop on a loop, dude. I totally forgot we were in the thing, weren't we? Oh, man. Jeez. Didn't plan that one. Whoops. Well, whatever. It's not like we were talking about dicks or something in here. It happens. So I guess I am, as you may have noticed, I will be setting up the next part. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get it going there. I'll be right back.